In a land full of charm there was a small farm, and a boy who wiggled with mirth. Siblings looked at another and then at their mother, who was tired from just giving birth. Little Lenny Nimble could fit in a thimble, and the doctor calmed their surprise. "I just don't know. I expect he'll grow. Your love will help his size." When he could sleep in a sweater, Mom felt better about sending Lenny to school. While his family was merry, he was still wary that other students would be cruel. "You're just a baby," they shout, and then maybe they'd bully our poor little Len. It broke his spirit each time he would hear it, again and again and again. Simple nutrition couldn't help his condition, only love could make Len grow. Though just a child, he was still quite reviled, and his height was at a new low. Then one morning, they struck without warning. The bullies pushed him onto his back. They caught Len off guard. He landed quite hard, his head swelling after a crack. His thoughts in a haze, he was woken by the gaze of a pale, smiley-faced girl. "My name is Jane," the girl explained, her smile a string of pearls. Looking up to her face, his heart quickened its pace. "You're the nicest in all the land." Her instant reaction to Len's satisfaction was to reach out and hold his small hand. One day Jane kissed him, and the second time missed him, for he rose several inches from the floor. Much later in life, with Jane as his wife, they had children that he adored. His sons were so bright, laughing with delight, and loved to play with their father. Len was surprised they accepted his size. For them, it seemed to be no bother. The townfolk were suspicious, their attitudes malicious, as Len just kept growing tall. "He's a monster," one cried, and another replied, "One day he'll step on us all." Head hanging down, he turned from the town, leaving his family behind. Feeling his poorest, he ran into the forest, trying to clear up his mind. He stopped upon nearing a nice little clearing and rested with no trees overhead. His limbs contracted as his body reacted to what the mob had said. Alone for weeks, with sobs and shrieks, Lenny cried into his sleeves. Upon hearing a crack, he turned and looked back, spotting his wife in the leaves. "You must make haste. There's no time to waste. Our house and sons are in trouble. There's been a fire. You need to grow higher before our house is in rubble." But Len didn't know if he could grow, and relayed this to Jane up above. "You could reach the moon by this afternoon. All you need is love." Rising like an oak, Len headed for the smoke and arrived at his house all ablaze. Amidst the noise, he grabbed his two boys, saving them from the haze. His heart was now pounding, his growth was resounding. As he held his boys in his arms, he felt again like a father and lived without bother, rebuilding the town and his farm. After many years passed, Len's growth had amassed. He could simply grow no more at all. Well past his prime, he had reached his time, and what goes up must surely fall. In the warmth of the day, the gentle giant lay, silent and cold to the touch. Lenny had died, and every villager cried, for he had endured so much. They celebrated with pride, keeping the legend alive and passing on his most important belief. Aim for the moon and the stars up above. Everything's within reach when you're in love.